Flashback, Episode 18, Inaccessible Soros Manhattan Penthouse. Following Taylor's advice, we fled the subway entrance, where we unintentionally had killed 2 fake police officers who were stopping people from entering or leaving Manhattan. As we walked towards the street where George Soros' Manhattan penthouse was, Katie lamented, "It seems like wherever we go, that life and death events, mostly death," she gasped, "they just follow. Death just keeps happening all around us. Death keeps happening," she stammered. Katie asked, as if asking her questions directly of God or of the angels. She asked, "Why is there so much threat and violence and hate and horror?" She questioned, "Why does so much hate, threat, and violence come to us?" And she lamented, "And why? So much of it. Why so much now?" Katie, with her sorrow-filled eyes, continued, "Why are we to suffer? And why are we to make others suffer or even die? All somehow to help the rest of humanity?" Katie asked rhetorically, as there could be no answer. "Why should everything be so hard and so challenging and trying for us?" She implored to heaven, "Why is everything on us? All just on us?" She implored the angels to somehow answer. It felt tragic. Katie's upbeat, even bubbly personality from the start of our adventure had changed. It changed a lot. Katie now questioned often if she was a bad guy. She questioned if we were the bad guys. She questioned our righteousness because of the damage and harm that we had inflicted on so many places and inflicted on so many people and destroyed so much property, all in the name of God's glory and in the name of God's mission quest. I suppose we had all changed. Perhaps we all had changed a lot since the beginning of our wild adventures. Well, I guess change is part of life, and change is part of evolution. I accepted it. We were changing. We were evolving. We will have to watch and guide and shape what we evolve into going forward. We will have to pay attention to what our moral compass and our codes evolve into. We made it to the Manhattan skyscraper finally, the home to the elites, right next to New York Central Park. We were at the building that housed Soros's meager $38 million penthouse. As we approached the regal building entrance, a doorman greeted us before we even set foot on the hotel's first stair step. He was of moderate build, tall, short brown hair, and had a thick mustache and a grumpy stare and demeanor, albeit he looked quite serious. He wore an older black suit, looking appropriately dressed as a servant to the rich and famous. He looked at us and he shook his head visibly, ensuring that we saw his expression clearly, and he said loudly, "Unless you have an appointment, please leave. This is not a safe place for you." The doorman waved us off and turned and left to return to whence he came. I refused to be ushered away, and I demanded, "We need to see Soros. It's critically important." I did not know what to say to encourage the doorman to let us in, at least ring the doorbell of Soros's penthouse. The doorman was unmoved by my demand, and he replied, Get lost! Move along! This is not your home! You do not belong here! Move along now! He gestured with his hand to move along. We were brushed off and pushed along with his invisible mini hand broom. His powerful gesture of sweeping us away like trash was clear, a visual meaning, a message to simply say, get lost. Well, I still refused to be ushered away, and once more, I demanded, we need to see Soros. We are not leaving until we talk to him, I asserted. The doorman appeared annoyed that we were not leaving as directed. But he smiled condescendingly and said sarcastically, sure, for $10 million, I will let you into Soros' penthouse and you can wait for him inside. Or do whatever you feel like inside. He then snarked, seriously, you are not getting in here. And if you somehow broke in, the automatic defense robots would kick in. And there's a panic room in his penthouse, so even inside, you could do nothing. The doorman concluded, you only see Soros if Soros wants to see you. Katie leaned into me and she whispered, he's not lying. He really would. He would take $10 million to let us into Soros' penthouse. He spoke the truth. She said, my truth bearer tattoo, it did not go off. He's definitely been telling us the truth. I replied to the doorman's insane, sarcastic ask for $10 million to grant us access into Soros' penthouse. And I said, okay, how do you want to be paid? I smiled. I am sure we can have the cash ready quickly in diamonds, currency, gold, whatever you want by tomorrow. Or if you are okay with a wire transfer, we could do that too, I think. The doorman, looking in total disbelief and fear, said, if you're for real, I need hard money. You said diamonds, gold, bills, paper. I can't do anything digital, nothing traceable. He said, if we're really going to do this, I'd have to leave the country forever. They will have a bounty on my head. That's why I asked for so much money. It's not greed, it's survival. He grinned a little bit. I never thought anyone would agree to such a crazy rejection joke of an ask as a bribe. I still don't really believe you, to be clear. But if you show up with the money, I'll get you in. He concluded, I don't have access within to the panic room, though. Well, we had to return to the safe house in Riverdale to get enough hard money to bribe the doorman to gain access to Soros' Manhattan penthouse lair.